A U.S. official says the ceasefire with Iran is still in effect despite the two countries trading new attacks. The U.S. military carried out what it considers defensive strikes. Forces shot down 4 Iranian drones and hit a ground control station. This is in the port city of Bandar Abbas. Tehran says it then targeted a U.S. base in retaliation. Also, the Israeli military says it launched new strikes on Hezbollah infrastructure in southern Lebanon. You can see explosions and plumes of smoke. This is from the Lebanese city of Tyre. Yesterday, Israel declared it a combat zone and issued evacuation warnings. The U.S.-Israeli war with Iran has spiked energy costs, as you know. That's something top of mind for millions of Americans and a real flashpoint for voters in November's midterms. But here's what President Trump had to say about it yesterday.
They thought they were going to outweight me. We'll outweight him. He's got the midterms. I don't care about the midterms. Look what happened last night. That was the prelude to the midterms. People understand it. They know that, very simple, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I'm doing that for the world.
CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro kicks off our coverage from our D.C. bureau this morning. Aaron, good morning. Great to see you. President Trump doesn't care about the midterms, really? He said he doesn't think about Americans' financial situations either. Is this just his bravado? I mean, what should viewers make of it?
Yeah, from the president's reasoning when it comes to the political impact of the midterms, which has hurt his party, and the worsening economic impact, and you mentioned his comments where he said he doesn't care about Americans' financial situations, the president believes that Iran is trying to outweight the U.S. in these talks and is banking on the pressure that he is seeing in the U.S. on both fronts when it comes to politics and the economy to either cause him to give up on his red line of no enriched uranium or on a toll that Iran controls for the Strait of Hormuz, or just generally provide major concessions in negotiations with Iran. But it also shows how this war in Iran has really encompassed his second term so far, and this goal of making sure they never build a nuclear weapon. It's taken the priority over his domestic agenda. And when it comes to politics, he hasn't even necessarily taken as many midterm-focused trips as the White House had previewed earlier, or touted measures to bring down prices in the short term. He also has about over $400 million cash in the bank in one of his political committees that hasn't even been spent in a significant way. Another sign he's just not focused on the midterm elections quite yet.
And Aaron, we understand that President Trump was at Walter Reed. He did visit some troops while there, but not troops injured during the Iran war. Tell us about this.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he did meet with service members during his 6-month checkup at the Army's main medical center, but not the specific 14 service members injured by Iranian drone attacks in the Middle East. This is according to the family of one soldier and another military official familiar with the president's visit. There is a precedent here for presidents visiting wounded troops at Walter Reed. President George W. Bush did so in 2004 during the Iraq War. And in his first term, President Trump presented the Purple Heart to a soldier who had been wounded in Afghanistan. The White House declined to say at all whether he did or did not meet with soldiers from the war during this latest visit.
All right, Aaron Navarro in Washington. Thank you. The Strait of Hormuz has been a key sticking point in peace talks between the U.S. and Iran. Yesterday, President Trump said he would not support a deal allowing any country to control the waterway. He also appeared to threaten Oman, which is a U.S. ally.
Nobody's going to control it. We're going to watch over it. We'll watch over it, but nobody's going to control it. That's part of the negotiation that we have. They would like to control it. Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up. They understand that. They'll be fine.
Ami Daniel joins us now. He's the co-founder and CEO of Windward. That's a maritime intelligence data provider. Good morning, Ami. I wonder what you make of that remark from President Trump, and help our viewers understand what role Oman has been playing in trying to get the Strait of Hormuz open again. It is a key nation that sits right there on the waterway.
Good afternoon or good morning. Thanks for having me. According to the UN law of the sea, if you take a body of water and every country does not have exactly 12 miles to take, like the Straits of Hormuz, you slice in the middle and give 50% to each other. So in the Straits of Hormuz case, you have 21 miles. Half goes to Iran, half goes to Oman. If Iran is insisting right now on getting the quote-unquote toll booth between Lark and Qasem Island, Oman is the key to making sure ships can go in and out. And when Oman, like reported, is considering to take its own toll booths, not just allow the Iranians to do that, then I think President Trump is absolutely right in pushing back against that. Because if people start charging the Straits of Hormuz passage, they will charge for Malacca and for the Straits of Singapore and for the Bosphorus and Gibraltar and so forth, and boom, global inflation, because you get $10, $20 more just for toll booths for every barrel of oil. So I don't think it's gonna go great if it doesn't stop it right here.
So you're fearful that the toll booth concept could catch on if this continues. Talk to us about the main challenges all shipping companies face at the moment, not just as they deal with getting around the strait, but figuring out a strategy to resume operations if a deal is reached.
Yeah, so first of all, right now, it's just not really safe. I think there have been reports of, I think almost only ADNOC, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, which is obviously the Emirati oil producer and carrier. There have been reports of them going in and out with LNG and tanker vessels. I think they're the only ones who effectively did it consistently. There's almost nothing going through the Straits right now. We're looking at daily with multi-source intelligence, the 3-4 ships a day. There are allegedly bulk carriers, Greek bulk carriers, which the U.S. Navy is allowing in from humanitarian purposes, I believe, but otherwise, almost nothing. In terms of resuming operations, then you should think about it from the shipping perspective and from the cargo perspective. LNG, like Qatar, is easy to turn on and off. So you just basically turn on and you can start producing. Oil takes about 2 to 10 weeks to start producing after you turn off the tap, which I think some people have been doing as well. And lastly, you have 1,000+ vessels locked in the Straits of Hormuz. Before anybody goes in, they need to go out. So you basically have a traffic jam waiting to happen. So even if today everything goes through and there's peace, and love, and it's lovey-dovey and everybody hugs everybody, still it's going to take you probably a couple of weeks to clear that queue, and probably a couple more weeks to bring in ships to take cargo. So at best case scenario, it's a month plus of shipping disruptions, but I don't think we're there yet in terms of the peace agreement.
Yeah, not according to continued strikes overnight. Ami Daniel giving us some great context on all of this. Thanks for being with us.